All right, welcome back. Well, you know, the 26th of this month represents something exciting for us here at Rogers, which is obviously Rogers is going to be at the upcoming Kitchener Rangers game. But that isn't all that's going on that day. No, folks. When I think hockey, I think potatoes. Right? Potatoes, hockey?
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
Why not?
Well, of course it does, because that is Don Cameron Potato Night. It's the 13th annual, 13th year this has been happening. And joining us right now is John Neufeld of the House of Friendship. He's the Director of Public Relations with the House of Friendship, to tell us a little bit more about what's going on these days.
I'm actually the Executive Director.
The Executive Director, I stand corrected.
That's all right.
There we go.
I wouldn't be able to do the other part. Well, we were here in December, and I was dreaming about turkeys for the last couple of months, and so I just finished that, and I think I'm going to have to start dreaming about potatoes now, because we are in full gear and ready for our potato blitz. And so we have 3 events, but the first one that you mentioned to kick it all off is Don Cameron Potato Night with the Rangers. And that'll be happening next Tuesday against the London Knights, so you can't get a better venue than that. And Spuddy will be there in Sweet Potato, and we'll be collecting potatoes and donations. So if you don't want to bring potatoes, donations are great. We have a agreement with Marhaven Farms that gives us a very good deal on potatoes. So any money that donated will go towards that.
You know, I know how far that 10-pound bag of potatoes that I pick up at the grocery store will go for my family. The House of Friendship, I couldn't believe it. It's 165,000 pounds of potatoes that you need to go through annually? So
that's how many we used last year throughout our 18 programs, is 165,000 pounds. So it's a lot of spuds.
That's a lot. We're going to have people with tired arms at the game next week. But as you mentioned, if they don't want to bring an actual bag of potatoes, the cash donation is great too. And often you can turn that money into a lot more potatoes than we could just picking them up and buying them for you. Well, the month of February really becomes Potato Month for the House of Friendship. You've got a number of things that are going on. The Potato Blitz really kicks off the drive for you next Tuesday night. But then there's going to be the Supermarket Blitz that happens in February.
Yeah, so on February 20th, we will have people at various locations collecting potatoes at the supermarket, and that's just a great fun day, and we'll have folks like John Lambert and Glenn Stewart who have been doing this for a long time. Now, we have some pictures on the screen here. So this is one of the youth groups that helps out. I think it's the Pioneer. And so I think there is
some bigger youth.
Yes, there's some bigger youth. That's a great picture of a supermarket blitz. So there's Spuddy with 2 of our volunteers. And the big excitement this year is Spuddy has now a mate, and that's Sweet Potatoes to be shown this year. And here we have a few more of our volunteers helping out.
So is it the same thing at the supermarkets where people can either purchase the bag of potatoes, which is
look at this!
Great
Look at this!
There's his girlfriend, Sweet Potato.
Is that the me?
There is
we
Sweet
don't want
Potato.
a lonely Spud.
So it's not just Spuddy, there's Sweet Potato just being shown, and so you get to see her both at the Rangers game and during the Supermarket Blitz. So it is exactly that. You can either bring the potatoes or donations, like I said, that we will put towards that.
And I got to tell you, I've never seen a Sweet Potato Dawn lipstick and a bow as well. A Sweet Potato there. She looks beautiful. Really. A Sweet Potato in lipstick. I thought I'd never see it, and I've seen it, so there we go.
And then the third component to the Potato Blitz that's happening in February, it's kind of like a celebration and still draws attention to the fact of the needs of the House of Friendship. And that's the community potato lunch that's going to go on.
Yeah, and that's sort of a way to wrap it up, a way to say thank you, and just to bring some community awareness. All of us know that it's been a hard year, and we see that the most at House of Friendship through our emergency food hamper program. That's where you see in 2008, we handed out 28,000 food hampers. This past year, we handed out over 33,000, so an increase of about 17%. So the need is there. So some things like the community potato lunch sort of allow us to draw attention to that and bring awareness. And you know what, we got a great community that supports us. It was shown through the Kitchener-Conestoga Rotary Club helping us out with the turkey drive and the Christmas hampers. I have all faith in belief that we'll be just fine with the Potato Blitz. I think our community will come out again and help us and support us. We've got a great community here.
Well, and it's funny, when you take something as simple as a potato, for most of us, it's a pretty basic commodity.
Yeah.
And most of us, you could run downstairs, grab them, and bring them upstairs. But it does draw attention to the fact that, while it's basic for some of us, for others, it's not, especially right now in these tough economic times. You just can't run and grab that bag of potatoes and put it on the table for the kids.
And, I mean, in these kind of times, people get put in really difficult positions, right? It's so sometimes the food is, put secondary to housing or whatever, and so you don't get as much food or whatever. So that's where having the emergency food hamper and some of our other programs that distribute food really helps out.
Well, and when you say emergency food hampers, it's often a situation for people. It's not an ongoing need for them, but it sort of helps them over that rough gap. That you're waiting for one check to come in, and you've got a week in there where you still need to feed the kids, whether the check is coming in or not. Everybody needs to eat. So it's a matter of having somebody give them a hand for that 1 week Passover until they can get to that next check and then go out again.
Exactly, and I think on average, we might see somebody 2-3 times a year. This isn't something that they're regularly going, but you know what? It can happen to any of us at any time, and in this economy with jobs. So it's just good to be that we have the program and that we have the community to sort of help us out through events like the Potato Blitz.
Well, you're right. It could happen to any of us at any time. And for those of us who really want to make a difference in a very easy way and a very tangible way for others, the Potato Blitz is on. Kicks off Tuesday night, the 26th of January at the Rangers game. It's Don Cameron Potato Blitz night. Bring the potatoes or the cash along to the game, drop them off there. Then the Supermarket Blitz, which happens on Saturday, February the 20th. I'm assuming at any supermarket around, John. We'll find them pretty well all around?
That's a great question. You got me on the spot. I think there are designated locations, actually.
Well, on the House of Friendship website, houseoffriendship.org would be the place to go to find that out. And then it all wraps up with the Community Potato Lunch on Friday, February the 26th, where we can all celebrate the great work of the House of Friendship.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us again, John.
Thank you. Good to see you guys.
We're back in a moment. Stay with us.